average 82.50 an hour, but that's as it flies. So if you divide it by the asses in the seat, it's probably about 12 grand an hour.
And how fast does that go from the East Coast to the West Coast? And you can do it on without a refuel?
Oh yeah. It's a G5. I can go.
Right.
I can go from here to Milan.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big engine. It's a big one.
In fact,
That's 200,000 one way.
Exactly. This one just came back from Barcelona over the weekend.
The seats give you a finger up the ass, though.
Yeah. We're gonna have to make a special Cigar Clowns blend for the thing. So when they get off, they can enjoy a nice cigar.
There you go.
I managed an airplane one time. It was a G550, and the owner put a day in it. I'm like, what is this? Why fucking ass? You know, a bidet next to the shitter.
Oh yeah, I mean you got to have one of those. Kidding me? At this money, at that price, you got to have a bit. What do you think? I'm gonna wipe my ass? Are you kidding me? Come on.
It's probably,
Come on, guys.
probably less expensive to hire somebody to do it on each flight.
All I know is that I remember back in the day when I worked for Grumman up in Long Island.
Grumman. Why do I know that?
They're the ones that actually designed the Gulfstream. They own Gulfstream.
The fuselage is still the same.
Yeah, we used to have to take trips to DC to visit with the military brass, and that plane was sitting on the tarmac in Bethpage, and we would just get out on that plane and we'd fly down to DC, do our business, and when we came home, the best part was all the beer and the wine they brought in on the trip back.
Nice.
That's what I mean.
Hey, Jimmy, you're down in Florida, right?
Yeah, I'm in Melbourne.
Melbourne. Okay, that's not my neighbors across the street have a place in Melbourne. You should come up sometime, man.
I will. I just
He was supposed to come up Saturday, remember?
Planning my life. Planning my life is become very difficult these days, especially now that it's going to become even more difficult because I just picked up Taekwondo again after 20 years.
Oh wow.
So
really?
I train every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday until 7 o'clock at night. And so that just kills off those days.
I think I can still count to 10 in Korean for my Taekwondo days.
Hana, no, set.
Hana,
So, what are we thinking so far, Saran? Joe,
I'm thinking
Daniel,
this is definitely clown worthy, but it's a savory steak meat, like crisp where they put the butter on it.
It looks meaty.
I love the feel of a Perfecto. I love the way it feels in your hand. I just love holding a Perfecto. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you guys cut the tip before you light it, or do you leave it on?
Boston Jimmy just asked the same question, man. That's awesome.
I always cut it.
People cut it.
Do you?
Really?
I always cut it.
Really?
I got things to do, guys. I got things to do. All right? I have time.
A properly rolled Perfecto.
Wait, hold on, time out. Are we talking about the fastest selling stick in Pravada history? Is that what we're talking about right now?
I don't. Well, according to you, yeah.
Hold on.
No problem. Okay. Yeah, of course you'll say it. You're the king of self-promotion.
Gotta be.
Look at his hand.
Right?
Through the fucking
Gotta
logo for no reason, guy. Come on.
Wait, let me see that.
Hold it up. Hold it right way.
Wait, where are you? I'm not seeing you. Hold on. Say something.
Yo.
Ray, you gotta talk.
Wait, I can't see you. I can't see you at all. You gotta talk, Tep.
Ray, you gotta talk.
Right,
Brian, you using a phone?
Guy. There you go.
Hold on.
Good on. You see me now? Yeah.
Yes, I see you. Okay. Oh wow. That's you only let's be honest, you only got that tattoo because it looks like you.
Right there.
If the logo looks like Bart, you wouldn't have it on your head.
Wow.
It'd be on your. It'd be on
we
one
would
of your
do it
sheets.
if it looked like Bart, we would do it. If it looked like Nicky, we wouldn't do it.
No, yeah.
Hey, can you show that again? You sure that's not a sticker?
So for
Where's wait?
Bravada
Hold
Con,
on a second. Hold on.
Why didn't you put them
Guys,
out
I'm
where-
sorry. I
So you can do
I don't
this?
mean to interrupt. I don't mean to interrupt here, but we're missing someone in the Cigar Clown crew. Someone
Yeah.
very
We are.
important. Someone very important in the Cigar Clown crew. Where
Mark?
is Nick right now?
Doing homework with the kids.
Okay.
Probably hanging out with Carlito on a Zoom.
Yeah, he's probably trying to sabotage Pravada Cigar Club.
Carlito's hanging out with Joey Bianco. He just flew down to the Dominican to hang out with him.
God, can
Who's
we
Joey
talk about this
Bianco?
hash real quick?
Dude, I did not know.
Wow,
what the
man,
hell
you
was
smoking
going-
that fast.
I
I
enjoy
didn't
Who's
know what
Joey
the hell was going
Bianco?
on that day.
Hold on here.
Well, who's Joey Bianco? You don't know Joey?
I don't know.
Joey's this guy up in Massachusetts. He had some medical issues when he was young. He still does. So he hasn't grown very tall.
Oh,
Not-
wait, I've seen a picture. I've seen
Yeah.
a picture.
The suits?
Okay.
With the
He's
suits
always
and
dressed up very
everything.
handsomely.
So this guy, I noticed that he likes to flex the like, hey, I'm a really good guy. I hang out with this dude.
Well, I think he's actually training with, from what I understand, he's actually.
That's
training
cool.
with-
That's
Lito
amazing.
took him under his arm.
That's awesome.
Listen. I you know,
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have done that. Hey, Carlito video. But at the same time, it's like
Hey, what are
I
you talking
gotta.
about?
I want to go back to Ray. Ray, can you put your cigar up again? Can everybody put their ash up for a second?
Here's my ash, brother.
The wind just took my ash.
Mine too.
All right. So, like, Joe and Ray, you guys like are smoking that way too fast. I know you
Oh,
love
Yeah,
that's the
cigar.
cigar reviewer. That's
It's-
the cigar reviewer
yeah.
talk.
Jesus,
We're
man.
New
You're not
York
getting
guys,
the
man.
you're not getting all the good
We're New York-
flavors.
No.
We're New York
They're out.
guys. We don't got time.
J-
Who got time?
Jimmy,
It's
Jimmy,
fucking
they're
cold out here.
outside.
I'm in a fucking tent. Is it a window?
Yeah, they're outside. It's cold.
29 degrees by me.
It's fucking 22 degrees in North
He's,
Jersey.
he's,
I got time to fucking hang out.
he's in a tent under a bridge.
Get inside something. I'm fucking the only one outside.
He's
That's
in a
it.
tent under a bridge. Joe, give him a place to sleep tonight. Come on. What the hell? Jesus. You're
No,
leaving this
he's
guy
got
out
one
in the
of-
street.
Take your
No, he's
hands
got
and
one of
put
those
them down where they
fancy ice
belong.
tents.
Keep nice and
He's got one of those-
warm.
Yeah, he's in a fancy ice tent, this guy.
You guys are down
tent's like
there in
500 bucks.
Florida.
No, Jimmy. Oh my God. Fuck that.
wait.
22 degrees
Yeah,
by
yeah.
me, guys.
It's in a mirror because that's about what the temperature is here at 62.
Jimmy.
Yeah, it's just, hang on, turn it upside down.
Jimmy.
No.
Jimmy, that's because you don't cut the tip of the Perfecto. That's why it's taken you 9 years to get it going.
No, Ray didn't cut.
You got the tip. What the fuck you trying to
I
say?
didn't cut the tip.
Yeah, but Ray took a torch, a flamethrower to the front of it.
Oh, I don't like that either. That's a
Right.
Yes.
oh here, hold on. A second. Let me get one of these monsters.
So I'm over.
Oh,
So I'm halfway through the middle. Halfway through the second third, I'm getting like a mushroom.
Like an
It's
earthy
definitely
mushroom
very earthy.
or a A
Yeah,
medium.
earthy mushroom. You know,
Yeah, I would say more than.
are you
mushroom,
seeing
yeah.
anything?
Are you guys getting like a very thick smoke?
That would be
For
fucking
those
awesome,
who haven't
right?
had it, it's a very
I
thick
just-
smoke.
good,
I-
nice
I-
and chewy smoke.
Dragon
I
Nice and
fire.
spoke.
Ring
To,
texture. Definitely
spoke
smoke
to
ring
Nick.
texture.
Good
guys, I
finish on the
spoke to
tongue.
Nick before.
What's he
And
doing?
he told me there's only 3 things that you can get out of a cigar. Did he have this conversation with you yet?
No, talk to us. Talk to us.
Oh, he was like, listen, there's only 3. I can't help but when like people have these conversations with me, I know that it's like a loaded thing. Like someone talked to him and said like, oh, either cigar reviewers or Pravada or Brian in particular, they're full of shit with the tasting notes and all this stuff. Cause like I hear that all the time, right? And he's like, listen, there's only 3 things that you can get from a cigar. You can get sweet, you can get spicy, or you can
cream.
get something. I tuned
Cream.
out by the 3rd thing.
Creamy.
Oh,
He's the fucking
cream.
king of cream. Oh,
you
it's
get
creamy.
the
fuck out of here.
It's creamy. The cigar's creamy.
Oh, it's creamy.
I was like,
Creamy and pepper.
I was
Is
like,
this
I
fair?
hear you. I hear you, man. No, I agree 100%. I'll see you later. Have fun on the herf tonight.
Hmm.
Man, there's a
Is
lot
this
of tents
carrot
on
cake,
this
Nick?
fucking call.
What does he
Eric
get?
Nick?
What does he get out of?
No wonder you guys hate Democrats. You're all living in tents.
Guy.
Brian, I got a question for you, buddy. Brian, I got a question for you. Brian, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
on
sir.
earth is a Tonka bean?
Tonka bean is very similar to vanilla. Look it up. They're trying to like illegalize it, like make it illegal.
Why?
It's something that's very okay. So Tonka bean is something that when you smell it, you say vanilla. But if you really took vanilla and put it next to your nose, vanilla doesn't smell like that. It's like one of those things.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, my trucks never smelled like that.
I think it was
Very
last
funny,
month.
Jimmy.
Last month, I'm reading Brian's tasting notes, and I'm like,
I feel okay. So a few things. One is because of the tasting notes, I'm constantly looking to try new things because I got to elevate you guys. You know what I mean? I got to make, now you're thinking about Tonka beans and you're going to end up going somewhere. Someone's going to mention Tonka beans and you're going to go, oh, let me try that. I want to try something with it, and you'll get, so that's part of the thing, right? But Tonka bean's really not that exotic. It's basically like a vanilla bean, but just a little less. So what happened was this. I got vanilla bean for pictures for the tasting cards. And I smelled the natural organic vanilla bean. And I'm like, that doesn't smell like the vanilla that we, like when you say, oh, this tastes like vanilla. No, that's like fake vanilla. So Tonka bean kind of tastes like what you think vanilla would taste like.
I was just giving you.
No, I know you are.
A Tonka bean is from the pea family.
Yeah,
Really?
it's a weird thing.
seed-
It's
the
like
seed
a
is the-
bean,
Yeah, but the seed is the Tonka bean.
right?
Well,
And it's
But you can buy them on Amazon, get them, smell them. It's worth the $3 or whatever it costs to.
Well, I mean, marketing. I'd rather have a vanilla ice cream than
You should
Tonka
have them
bean
on
ice
for the
cream.
smoke. They shouldn't get the eye.
Well,
You're in a room full of smoke, so put them on.
Hey, can
Hey,
I share?
I got it, guys.
Can
I gotta
share on
go.
this?
I got it. I'm sorry, Jimmy. I really want to hear what you have to say, but I have to go to the actual Discord group I was supposed to be on tonight.
Hey, Brian, tell everybody I said hello.
Yeah,
I
Brian,
will.
tell everybody-
You should be there. Your loyalty.
Peace, bro.
It's very clear where your loyalty is, Saran. I see
That's
you right now. I'll see you guys later. Have
They pay me.
great,
Take it
Have a
easy.
great-
All right, Brian.
have
Take
a
care,
great
Brian.
night, guys. Hey, it was a pleasure speaking to all of you.
Absolutely.
And when I run for president, you guys to support me.
Yeah, you-
See you soon.
That's the game, brother. Keep doing
Thanks.
So,
That's,
so Ray, can I share something here?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's Tonka bean right there.
Mm.
Like rabbit shit.
Rabbit turds. They kind of
Not
look
that
like
appetizing.
raisins, but I
Hey,
guess they're
I just had a cigar called Bunny Droppings over the weekend. Actually,
bunny
Did
dropping.
it taste like Tonka bean?
That's against the PCA rules, man. Calling them that.
yeah, I know, right? What are we gonna do? It was a good cigar.
All
It was a Matt Booth cigar, actually.
Ah,
Why is it against the rules?
right.
Because some kids
don't entice anything that's children based.
Yeah, some kid's gonna go. So some
Yeah.
kid's gonna go to a store saying, "I want a Bunny Dropping cigar," and light it up with his, after saving his allowance for 1 month. That's why.
Mm.
When I was a kid, I wouldn't want to eat anything to do with shit. I'll tell you that much. As an adult, I don't want to. I'm not sure
Or
if I want to put
smoke
anything
it.
shit. In my,
You're gonna have to pay me.
Hey, if any of the if on these taste tests I ever pull out the word Tonka bean, hit me.
Saran, that note of the mushroom really definitely helped me out because I was getting something on the retro. I couldn't figure it out. And
It's like an earthy. I won't say truffle because I don't have that enough. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's like a portobello
Well,
it's
mushroom
not
that
a
you like.
truffle.
You know how you saute. You saute like a portobello mushroom in
Yeah,
butter.
portobello.
Yeah.
A meaty.
I do get I definitely get a
Meaty
lot of
mushy.
spice on the retro.
Yeah,
lot of
it's got
spice.
it's got a nice kick on the retro. It's not too strong.
All right.
You know
So-
what? My retro mellowed out. Like
Really?
first there was nice.
Where are
pepper,
you?
but
Where are
now
you at, Saran? Where are you at? And so you just took the band off. I'm just
I'm
behind
in the
you.
middle.
Yeah.
Guys, one thing
I'm-
I will tell you. So you got a couple of guys in here smoking it for the first time. Boston Jimmy being one, Dan being another, Joe from Evil Empire and Serena all smoking it for the first time. When you get into that final third, the burn slows down significantly and takes a while to get through the last third. And I think, in my opinion, and a couple of people who we spoke to, the final third of this cigar is the best part of this cigar. That's what
That
we've
where you
heard.
put the Lajero.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a fingertip.
Jimmy,
burner
this is
for
why
sure.
you're here. This is why you're here. So I'm
Slow
gonna
on my
actually
new-
go.
by the way. See that?
Let's go to Danny because we haven't heard much from Danny. Danny, you're smoking the cigar for the first time. Give us your feedback so far. What are you thinking?
I like it. It's nice. Started it out really kind of strong, meaty, just delicious. This oil is just the wrapper's just sopping with oil.
Yeah, man.
I'm getting that right at the top there. I don't know if you can see
You
it.
know,
from the lighting in here.
it is oily.
Yeah.
The aromatics are fantastic. The retro in that first third was really heavy, peppery deliciousness. So far I'm digging on it. It's good. It's kind of put me in a mellow trance, just kind of smoking on it, man. It's a good stick.
I thought that was my scotch doing that.
Joe, talk to me, Joe. What do you got going on?
You good?
Go ahead, Joe.
He gave his review. Didn't you listen?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, good.
He's working on trying to find a guest to one up me on Thursday.
Oh, shit.
He might
told him
have
I
a
was
cigar
bringing-
clowns.
I told him I was bringing Trump on.
And I wouldn't doubt it if you did.
No, but this is good. I think,
Joe, Dan's a redhead. You can have him on your show.
no, it's okay.
Which Trump you bringing on?
I've already been on once, and he won't bring me back on again.
I want to know when the clowns are getting back on Boston Jimmy's show.
Yeah, we needed to take it into the numbers.
We were underground the last time. We weren't mainstream.
Yes, sir. A lot of things have changed since the last time we spoke.
Yeah.
So on this stick, I'm getting like at the very beginning, I got that like saltiness that was very buttery, kind of like that crust. I think that was pretty spot on. In the middle, I got like an umami like mushroom to it, like a very raw, earthy mushroom.
That's a great word.
Yeah, man.
Good word. That's exactly what it is.
Umami.
I love
little
having your guys'
dryness.
palates.
There's a slight.
You know what?
dryness
You know what I
in
would
it.
pair this with? Like a really good reposado or an anejo tequila. Like a driving tequila.
Okay.
Jimmy, what were you saying about the dryness?
There's a slight dryness on the palate right at this level. I guess that's about just after the first third, or not quite the half yet.
Okay.
You know, like that cocoa powder dryness.
Right.
It's not tannic. But it's one might call it dry leather, I guess. But it's got some rich smoke in it. It's got chewy smoke. I like to call it smoke ring texture because I like to blow the smoke rings.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's definitely thick enough for smoke rings. That's for sure. If you got the right air going on, I have a fan right over me, so it's just not working out. But yeah, the earthiness toned down about this point, and like Ray said, the last third of this cigar, for you guys trying it the first time, it mellows out, and you'll be holding it as long as you possibly can.
I definitely want to take another puff every time. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like you almost feel like you wouldn't be able to control yourself and burn it just too quick, but with them being so many of them out there, you're going to
very enticing. Very enticing.
yeah.
Well, guys, I do want to let
the smoke hits the
That's
tip of my tongue, not the back of my tongue or the side. It's a tip.
Frank, what do you think?
Oh, I think it's great. I like the last third, my favorite. I was telling you last time when I had it, it ended to me a little sweet. And when the cigar was done, you still tasted it. It wasn't like a cigar tasting amount. You still had the flavor of the cigar at the end, which I never tasted before. That was like the high point for me, this last third of it. It's really enjoyable. You want to smoke it, but you want it to last. To me, that's like the cigar you really enjoy. Like you don't want it to end. So
I get that umami on my lips now too. But
we're chilling.
It has a great transition.
Guys, yeah, let's say something to everybody on Instagram. We're live on Instagram.
Wow,
Nice.
nice. Look at Ray going there.
It's definitely not a one-trick pony.
I do want to let everybody know on February 25th, the Clown Cero is coming out at OGT exclusively in California.
What day did you say, Joe? What day?
February.
He'll buy
February 25th.
There it is, right there.
That's it. The Clown
Cero.
The
three-ring circus.
Yes, the first
drop three-ring.
The first drop of the 3-ring, and they are being inundated with calls. They dropped it today on social media. We dropped it on social media officially today. We leaked it out the other day, but his phone's ringing off the hook already. People are trying to pre-order it.
So
he sold out. He sold out of his club. He has the society, OGT Society,
right?
And they're all getting a 5-pack, and he sold out of his society memberships.
How many of those are you making?
There is it's a limited run. It's under 2,500. So there's plenty to go around.
So there's more than this one.
It's more than this one.
Plenty to go around. I pegged this one at less than 1,000.
Now it was over 1,000. It was spread out to different shops. That was the problem.
It was over 1,000.
Yeah.
So Joe, let me ask you, because some guys have been asking on the Clown DM and others, if someone's not part of the OGT Society, will they be able to call an order after he
on their
website? On their website? And
on February 25th.
On February 25th, they'll be on his website. I don't know the time yet, but yes, they will be on his website.
So everyone's still able to get a
spend
shot.
all day hitting refresh all day like I did with the last one.
Hey,
on 2 phones.
Hey, you thanked me for that, buddy.
You did. Yes, thank you. I did thank you. I said thank you like 3 times to you.
Yeah, and I couldn't order because you were hitting refresh.
That's all right.
You didn't get it, Saran?
Yeah, I got it.
Saran, you didn't get any?
Yeah, I got it.
No, I got it. Don't worry.
He got it.
Holy shit.
I know Mark got it because I showed up to one lounge. Mark was outside. He was sitting down at the owner's table, just waiting for I think
set up the tent like it was fucking Black Friday.
Hey, Joe. Joe,
I got almost 100 DMs on Friday from people I haven't even heard of before.
Saran, do you want some new exclusive news while you're sitting in the Taste Tester Tuesday?
Yes.
You guys
Just
want
say
some
yes,
news?
Saran.
So we're releasing the OGT stick that's coming to OGT exclusively. You can only get it at OGT Cigars. We're also part of the 3-ring circus. If you guys didn't pick up on it, we're going to be dropping another stick which I'm going to pull up right now for you guys to see.
Jesus Christ, you're gonna make me go broke.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
look at that
stubby.
thing,
That's
huh?
a stubby. What's that? A
That's a
4.5 by 60?
3.5.
3.5 by 60.
3.5 by
3.5 by 54. Isn't that? It's not 60.
54.
It's 54.
You're right. Joe, you want to give them the details of where it's going to be available at?
That's going to be available exclusively at Caravan Cigar Company in Pennsylvania.
Bang.
Not sure if you guys ever dealt with Caravan.
Brian.
Great people. there.
Frank's going.
Brian.
Gotta do it.
Brian's a great
I'm trying
guy.
to go the whole fucking cigar.
And just so you guys know, in the 5-pack, those are 5-pack shown. They're gonna be a sticker inside of it too. On each one of the 5-packs is gonna have a different sticker on the inside of it.
Nice.
A good question, Joe or Ray.
Mhm.
These 5-packs, are they inside the 5-pack? Are they going to be individually wrapped, or when you open them, they're not wrapped?
Cello.
That is a great question. You know, I have to double check. I do not believe we celloed them inside the 5-pack.
Okay.
That's a great
I don't
question.
think we did. I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
So sweetness right here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the sweetness
That's what I was
is
saying.
starting, but now it's really coming in
Yep.
the forefront. That beautiful natural tobacco sweetness is coming.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
It's like a smooth kind of sweet too.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't bite you. It doesn't, it's just there.
Just balancing is just really balancing out all of that earthy and umami notes that we were getting. It's just now just balancing it out. The palate's going. So what's about to happen? And like you just said, Ray, things are going to change.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
now I'm ready for that change.
Mhm.
It's like it's almost like a
Final
set
third.
Look at
power.
that ass, Joe.
There's your ash.
Mine's on the floor, Joe. I tried to go the whole cigar.
Asshole.
I made it this far, and it's on the floor.
Pat had it going for a little bit too there.
Yeah, I lost it.
I dropped off.
Yeah, mine
So-
just dropped.
So Joe, on the second stick, what's your time frame drop from the OGT stick?
It should be roughly. We're working out dates for the second drop, but it should be around March 12th.
Pat, we're in trouble. Pat, we're in
It's
trouble.
a Saturday. We're
I got you covered.
we're actually a lot of the clowns we're gonna be going to Caravan because it's kind of local, just like 2 hours away from us. Local
Not
enough
even.
where we can go to the
Not
shop and hang out and herf. You know?
It's a really nice shop. I mean, if you guys look up the pictures, these guys they turned like an older house into a cigar lounge. Like they didn't gut the walls, they stripped the floors down, and
Yeah.
they got a back room set up with a nice like bar area, and in the front the humidor cabinets, they're all spread out. So it's a wide open concept, so to speak. They got a nice TV in both rooms, and I believe I didn't go upstairs when I was there, but I heard that they have a like a pool table, I think, upstairs or something like that in one or two of the rooms. So it's a nice layout. They got a nice backyard set up for when it's not 20 degrees out here in these
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah, we're Pat and I think Mark are going there next Thursday since there's no school and no work and all to go
Thursday, yeah.
just to go
I'll
say
be-
just to go say hello. Their customer service guys is out of this world.
It's
Brian
next,
has-
it really is next to
It
none. If you
is.
have an issue, you can
Where is it
call
located?
them up and talk to
It's in
them.
Bath,
Bath,
Pennsylvania. They're in Bath, Pennsylvania. And,
Jimmy, have you ever went there? I know you've been to a lot of shops in Pennsylvania. Have you ever been there?
Which one we talking about?
Caravan Cigars.
Caravan?
No, I have not been to Caravan yet.
Great place, man. You would love it.
Great place.
I'm gonna have to do another tri-state tour. Maybe
You
I'll
let me
bring
know.
maybe I'll bring the commish with me and we'll continue
Jimmy,
traveling.
Jimmy,
There
you
you
know
go.
that
Clowns will go with you too.
you come up north. You know you got the red carpet when you come up north, Jimmy. You already know that.
That's it. I
Yeah,
just
man.
fly in. You can just drive me around.
That's it, man. You
That's
jump in the
it, bro.
crowd call, we got you, man. You know what's up. So, with that being said,
March 12th.
March 12th. That's the potential drop date as of right now. So, that being said, we wanted to do something a little bit different. We've been planning this for a couple of months. Probably at the end of last year, we started talking about it. We wanted to put something out to support the local shops. They're only going to be available through the local shops. You can only get it through OGT. You can only get it through Caravan. We're going to release the third lounge at a little bit of a later date, but what we're thinking about doing behind the scenes with us that we've talked about, you know, vicariously in the past couple of meetings that we've had is we're going to do like a treasure hunt. If you get all 3 cigars, the first couple of people, we're going to pick a number who get all 3 cigars in post. We're going to do a contest, and we're going to pick a winner in the contest, and we're going to put a contest out there for anybody who gets their hands on all 3 at the same time, so we can make it a little bit more interesting. Our goal at the end of the day,
hard.
We're lounge people. We've always been lounge people. We're all about supporting the brick and mortars, and we want to show brick and mortars love and support. And Caravan and OGT have been big supporters of ours since the beginning. So we wanted to do something special. So that's why we came out with this little venture that we're doing now. We're calling it the 3-Ring Circus. It's not going to be the only 3-Ring Circus, but this is the first of a series that we're looking to do throughout the year and throughout the quarter and stuff like that. We'll be continuously doing this to support our local brick and mortars who supported us.
Now,
Yeah,
with Caravan and OGT, which were the first sticks that they got? Was it the Ron with the LCA job?
The Ron, the Caravan, I think had the mark, right?
I'm
So
pretty
Yeah.
sure.
I
They
believe
had
Caravan
them all.
opened us with the
the
mark. Yeah.
OGT heard of us because of the LCA and the Ron. They didn't get their hands on the Jack, but they reached out to us about the AVB. So they had the AVB, they had the Festivus, they had the Scaramouche. Like I said, with OGT, they have their society, which is their little subscription membership. This is the 3rd stick that we've released in a 5-month period that they're featuring in their OGT society, which is amazing, and we love every bit, which is awesome.
The
And
society.
Eric's such a nice guy.
Eric is the best, man. Eric
Eric
is a good guy, man. And we offered this the first run of the OGT to him. So he's getting the first exclusive, which is dropping February 25th. That's confirmed. So we're releasing the date today. I know on Instagram we're asking about it, and Facebook we're asking about it, but we're confirming the date right now. It's February 25th. It'll be available at OGT. I know he's already got pre-orders for it. So with the buzz with the Scaramouche, man, I mean, it's definitely going to be something you want to get your hands on. And we kind of felt obligated. So we were thinking about pushing this a little bit further back, but we sat here and we thought to ourselves, and we sat down after the release of the Scaramouche, and we know a lot of people weren't able to get their hands on the Scaramouche. So we wanted to put something out a little bit closer and move it up forward for people to get an opportunity to get their hands on the Scaramouche, to continue, putting stuff that we have already ready to rock and roll. So packaging and everything is done, as you guys saw in the little pictures that we put up. It's something different that we're doing. We're trying. So yeah, man, it's a venture that we've been looking forward to for a long time. We're ready to get it out to everybody.
Nice.
And these are Nicaraguan Puro cigars, and as you guys know, it's very hard to get cigars out of Nicaragua right now. It's
I'm
becoming-
surprised you guys turned around those Lanceros.
Yeah, man, you like that, huh? You like that? That's somebody. That's something special.
I can't wait for Danny to smoke the Lancero on a review and love every little bit.
No, I refuse to do such. I have a reputation.
When are you going to be a real man, dude? When are you going to be a real man?
He's
I
got to
sent
get
you a
Joe's gonna
picture of
send
me
you a
being a real
t-shirt,
man.
though.
You all saw
Joe's
me
gonna
be a
send
real
you a
man. I
t-shirt.
owned it. I owned it when we tested that blend out.
Right.
I owned it.
That's right.
Now,
So I don't
And
need to
let me
own
ask-
it to the rest of the world.
Hold on 1 second. And we're supporting the Evil Empire movement for heroes.
What was that, right?
I said
You
we're
missed that.
supporting the movement for Evil Empire, pushing the Lanceros.
I've been dreaming about that Lancero for the last 30 days.
now,
Now, Ray,
This-
is that the
this-
Lancero that we tested?
No,
No, it's not
Oh,
the
it's not?
Lancero that we tested. No,
no,
this one's a box. This one's a box press, if I'm correct.
correct.
So we're still waiting on that one.
Press Lancero.
Ooh, Frank, you're on point, huh, Frank?
I'm trying, guys. I got a reputation,
Yeah,
you know.
there you go.
Gotta be number one for a reason,
Yeah, but
guys.
Frank, it's a bad.
And that-
Listen, let's be
Number
honest.
one.
Let's be honest. You never know.
right.
Maybe the third ring of the circus is the other Lancero.
That's what we're waiting for. Ooh.
Now,
You never know.
going back to like the oiliness on this, Jimmy, do you notice your fingertips? Are they getting a little discolored there?
No.
Because Mike here, I don't know if we'll be able to see it on screen here.
I just
could-
wiped my hand,
You
but
see that yellowness on his fingertips there?
No, I don't get that.
The oilness is.
I
I'm
got that.
brown. I can't do that.
Shots.
I'm brown and I can't.
Putting shots.
Thanks, Red.
Right down to the nub.
What humidity factor did you just store that at before you smoked it?
these cigars were at
69.
68, 69.
68, 69, okay. I keep mine at
they've been-
65.
Yeah, that's what mine
65.
is. But
Mine's at 65, but I got it too.
Yeah,
These are, they came from My Humidor and they were 67 in My
67.
Humidor.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, fellas, I got to get going onto the show here. So I'll talk to you all
Joe,
next
come on.
Tuesday.
Thanks
Take
for
care,
smoking
Joe.
with us.
Later,
Good
Joe.
to see you guys.
Joe, be
Thanks,
good.
Joe.
I'll be in touch with you soon.
See you guys.
All right.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, this one
Yeah, she's
it's
went all over.
We
I
all-
really appreciate everybody jumping on the call with us. And Jimmy, if you this is the first time you're on it, we have done this. This is our 7th time doing this Taste Test Tuesday, and we have picked one stick already doing all the taste testing. So we wanted to give back and share a Scaramouche with everybody. The stick that we did pick was the Lancero that's coming out in a few weeks.
Okay.
So we in the next 2 Taste Test Tuesdays, we have some really interesting looking sticks. I'm sure you saw them. And
Yep.
hopefully one of them or 2 of them will make the cut being clown worthy. And
There
that's
they are.
why we ask, we have our friends on here and, guys like you and 505 and guys like Joe to get your palate and help us find the next stick along the journey. Because that's what we're on. We're on the journey to find the perfect stick. We say it over and over again. And different Bellettas and different blends and working with different manufacturers and blenders. It's fun. It's fun. We're having a lot of fun doing this, man. And we appreciate all the feedback and everybody giving us the time. We're asking.
What happens when we find the perfect stick? What do? You just say,
Well,
find the next
well,
perfect one.
so the perfect stick's gonna be different for everybody. So that's what's great about it. We're hopefully we're on the never ending journey, doing it all together and having lots of fun. And, we still want to raid some of the farms and, see what they got sitting there for a long time. And now we're blending our own blends and, it's coming good. We're working on a legacy brand right now.
cinnamon right here
Mm.
with that sweetness laying
So
in the
it's like
background.
It's like a light kind of cinnamon.
there you go, right?
I was
wait.
thinking,
And I'm getting that aroma I love so much. Just blew in my face was the maple syrup aroma.
Jimmy, I got a question for you, Jimmy. I got a question for you. So I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit.
Mm.
So now you've pretty much tested and you've rated and reviewed sticks prior to Pravada, with Pravada, and after Pravada. If you had to choose a legacy brand, excluding the Ron, if you had to choose a legacy brand that you think that we could put into production as a stick, what would you choose?
I can't comment on that right now. I'd have to think about that. I got to go back
Okay.
and think about all the sticks I reviewed.
So I'm going to give you homework.
But I'm going
So
to
when
tell you
look
right
over-
now, this one
ahead.
right here at this current moment is way up. I mean, this is a fabulous, fabulous blend. It's
Thank you.
complex. Okay. It has nuances that you get through it. It's got a magnificent, look at the freaking ash on this. It's got a magnificent ash. The oiling, like you said, is, the burn has been spectacular. A little wave here and there, but nothing to worry about.
Look at that, Pat.
Not burning hot. It's not getting squishy. Yeah, the smoke is full. I mean, there's so many positive points about this cigar right now. It's really kind of blowing my mind.
So Jimmy, if you had to put a number to it, what are we looking at here? What do you think?
Let's not do that. Let's not do that to him yet.
No. We wait.
We'll wait.
No, we wait.
The review is getting their sticks. They should be getting their sticks soon.
Just leave it alone. We'll just see if the second one, well, everybody here is fun because you're 90% of you are down to your nub already.
I'm already on the next one.
I keep telling you, you're smoking them damn too fast because this has a lot to offer. Take it slow. Take it from the guys.
It's too good not to smoke fast.
I'm just waiting for Frank to send me 10 of his. So.
No, just take it from the number 2 cigar smoker in the United States. All right. I mean, I smoke my cigars slow, but I'll tell you, when I went into that contest this year and I really slowed my burn.
Oh, you did the Rocky Patel thing?
Oh my God, I came in number 2 in the nation.
Nice.
I missed it by a millimeter. A millimeter.
Wow.
The cigar went out by a millimeter right down to the band. And I was trying to get it to go.
That's like getting a bad holding call at 58.
Well, the kid that won some Buffalo, this guy Ryan, and I tell you what, when it was over, he had his family, his wife and his friends came down from Buffalo to Pittsburgh for this event. He had a cheering crowd, and at the end, his wife was in tears that they won because he's going to Croatia, right? For compete internationally
for the World Championship, yeah.
But I learned at that moment that they had just got married and came back. And I said, if I knew that before I started the contest, I probably would have made sure it was just him and I at the end, and I was a solid 2, and I would have just let it go and give it to him. I told him, I say, have a happy second honeymoon, man. I can go.
That's classy.
Whenever I
That's
want.
classy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was just a pleasure doing it, but you learn so much by doing that contest to really slow. You have to slow your burn, and the flavors that you get out of the cigar, and that cigar, by the way, is spectacular. I mean, it is really it's one of those cigars that wants to keep an even burn at all times. So if it burns a little off, you just hold it like this and move it around and just wave it in the air a little, and you just watch the ember just wanting to go around the edge. That's how.
Which cigar was that?
It's called the Rocky Patel Mareva. It's made and blended with Marco, who runs this whole event, and they make it specifically for the event. So any shop that participated, and there were 13 shops, they all have them or had them. I don't know if they still do, but they'll have them again because I think they're having the same cigar. This is kicking off again in another month or so. So I'll be joining it one more time and see if I can see I have to practice now how to get it to tunnel, right? Because you can't burn the band, but you can burn under the band, and like these champions.
Oh, you can't take the band off?
No.
Rocky Patel, that's a no-no at Rocky Patel. You take the band off, it's a problem with him.
The band the band is absolutely glued on tight to where it is, and everybody's exactly the same. And the champions, these international champions from like Russia and Germany, these guys, I mean, my time at the event, the national event, was 2 hours and 4 minutes, 2 hours and 3 minutes or something like that.
What's the Vitola?
Oh, it's a Corona. So you have 3.5 inches from the foot to the band.
Oh,
wow.
It took me over 2 hours to do that.
Corona.
The champions do it 2 hours and 50 to 3 hours plus.
Wow.
Think
Wow.
about that. And the way they do it, I couldn't figure out how to do that. I kept trying to time myself. How the hell do they do that? And then I learned they get it close to the band and then they make it tunnel. So it doesn't burn the binder and the wrapper, and it goes under the band. And you get like another 40 plus minutes under the band.
How do you do that?
Here's a
Well-
tunnel. Like, see, I still got the nub of the wrapper, and here's a tunnel, and you can see daylight through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see.
Well, you got to puff it like really, really short, tiny puffs, but quick. And that'll start to get it to tunnel. And I did on a couple of them get it to do that. But the problem with tunneling is there's no airflow around the outside to keep the ignition going. So it's only going inside.
Was it on the whole time?
And you have to be careful that you don't
Was it
puff
feel
it too
like
fast, because if the binder and the wrapper ignites, you burn the wrapper and then you lose 15 minutes or some shit like that on your score.
Right.
So these guys have it down to a science.
This is it. This is all I can do.
So
That's
here's a
it.
fun fact. Talking about Jimmy, here's a fun fact. He's reviewed all of our sticks all the way back to the second release that we ever did underground, moving forward. And they're all
Wow.
on Stone House.
So
You
speaking of which, on
That's
Saturday, I'll be smoking the Carletto. On
Nah.
Saturday, I'm going on to, I think, Crinkles is next.
Crinkles is my
Oh,
favorite
that was a
stick,
good one.
man.
Carletto's
Crinkles is a good
Crinkles.
one.
There you go, Joe.
Crinkles.
Yeah,
When you
so
you
I'll
smoking that
do the
Crinkles
Carletto.
live, I might join you.
Yeah,
smoke
if you
that
want to do live, yeah.
Let's do it.
I'll smoke. I'll smoke a Crinkles with you.
3 Saturdays from now, I'm going to do Captain Spaulding. And a month from this Saturday, I'll do Payasa. And then
And
I love that you're
Hey.
scheduling Cigar Clown sticks. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling the love.
and by the way, as a fun fact for people who don't know, the second stick we ever released on the underground way before we hit Bravada was the highest rated stick we ever got from Boston Jimmy, which was a 96.
Wow.
that was August 28th, 2020.
That was the Cigar Clown, just said Cigar Clown.
One with the red stripes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
expecting a high
my-
score from this.
I just
one, but we're
found
not
one of those in my
pressing-
humidor.
I'm sure you did, Bart. In the bottom, right?
I only have 2 of them.
That's all I got left.
Oh,
guys.
Look at that. Told you it
Nice.
was you're gonna go right to the nub, right until it just
Yeah.
the cherry just falls on out. Look at
Look
that,
the
Pat.
nub. There you go.
All right, boys, I got to get going. Boston and Jimmy, it was nice to meet you. I'll see you guys next week.
All right,
All right,
man.
thank
Have
you,
a great
brother.
Bye,
night.
guys. Take care.
Now that spice is growing,
Yes.
getting it
That
back on the
third-
retro, getting
third
it back
is
on the
fucking-
retro.
This
That
was an
dark-
awesome cigar.
How often do
That's
you
great.
guys retro, Hal?
I try to
every
do it as
three-
much as possible.
I say every other 3 puffs.
Every 3 puffs for me.
it's not-
Depends on the stick. Like Don Burma, I'll do every other puff.
You really should only do it like 5 times in like a Toro, like 5 times, because
Like-
if you retro too much, you're gonna mess up your follicles, and then you're not gonna smell as much. You're not gonna taste as much.
So you're saying
wow,
like
wow.
2 or 3 times each third? So to
Yeah,
speak?
like maybe like once or twice a third, like twice a third max. Okay. And the rest of the time, just let the palate do the talking. And then what happens is when you do that retro, you get that little extra burst of flavor. You're like, okay. Especially if you're tasting a note and you're like going, can't quite place it. Then retro and go, that's what it is.
See, now we tried a stick. What was it? Not the last one we did, but two ones ago. Where the retro, it was a completely different flavor from the retro to the regular draw. And that there wasn't too many of us that could place any kind of note.
Yeah, we got nothing. We got nothing.
But it was
cigar was
completely different. It was, you want to talk about something different? That was, but yeah, that was definitely a different experience.
Yeah, the only stick I've had like that is on Derma, where you retro it, and you get like the whole ice cream thing, and then but if you smoke it regularly, you think you're smoking like a watered down Cinco Permiso.
There you go. Look at that. Solid ash.
Saran, when are we doing the live video with the Ron?
Oh, with Ronnie?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking what date is the 26th? That's a Saturday, right? So he's going to be in my town starting the Thursday before that.
Saran, I got to see what when I'm down there. I don't know if the timing of scheduling will work, but if we have a taste test, there's a chance I'm going to be down there with you. So if we could do that together, that'd be pretty cool.
Welcome to my lounge, bro.
Where are you located, Saran? Where are you located, Saran?
I'm in West Palm Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the way I drive, I can hit Melbourne in about an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 20 minutes. The way I drive.
Well, that's like driving across Staten Island here in the afternoon.
No,
I'll be down there. I'll be down there for the Great Smoke on the 26th.
Yes, I'll be here too. Yeah, absolutely. I'll shoot you a DM or something like that, and I'd love to spend some time with you. So that would be awesome.
I'm hoping to link up with Jimmy next week. I'm heading down to Florida myself.
Yeah.
I'm also we'll extend the invite to you, Saran. Hopefully you'll be around.
Yeah, maybe I can drive up. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to hit a nice lounge, smoke a couple of cigars.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a place in Titusville, and if we do it on
Titusville.
Yeah, there's a lounge up there in Titusville. It's a black-owned lounge, but it's amazing the amount of the people that show up. And on Thursday night is bike night, and there are people that come in from Daytona, Orlando, down as far as Vero Beach. They just all drive in, hang out.
I used to live in Daytona, and I was the only brown guy at a David Allen Coe concert at the Iron Horse.
What can Brown do for you?
And I live to talk about it. But they still got Jamaica Me Crazy up there in Melbourne.
What's that?
They still got that bar called Jamaica Me Crazy up in Melbourne.
Jamaica Me Crazy. I don't recall.
Jamaica Me Crazy.
Yeah, I remember that, but I haven't been there for a long time.
Right. Yeah, I used to go there back in the 90s.
Ah, yeah. Melbourne has evolved. It's trying to become. If the town fathers loosen up their strings a little and let the town be what it wants to be, it can be the next West Palm. Okay. Because the downtown section is now all vibrant. Lots of bars, great restaurants, cigar lounge, executive right in the center of it.
Cool.
We got boutique hotels that opened up now, rooftop bars, and I mean, it's really cool. And if you remember, if you were in Melbourne back in the 90s,
Remember when you
there was a place on Ugali Boulevard.
Ugali. Ring the bell.
Called Doc's something or other. What the hell was the name of it? It was a 3-story bar downstairs at a beautiful, beautiful bar area. The second floor, they had like a band. Okay. They had live.
I remember that because.
And then the top was a rooftop. And they
I remember that because we had a wedding reception or not a reception, but like we had the night before rehearsal dinner, and then they invited everybody and they had the whole rooftop of that.
Yeah. And so they condemned the building, and that building has been closed for like a decade at least. All right. And I just read in the local news that somebody has purchased it, they're renovating it, and they're going to reopen it as a bar again.
Oh, cool.
So they're trying to get the Ugali sector, which is really just kind of an artsy area, but they're trying to revitalize the Ugali sector. So you'll have downtown Melbourne and Ugali for two places to
Back in the
enjoy.
90s, it was pretty grungy.
Oh, yeah. Well, yes, it was. Well, downtown shut down. There was nothing there. Okay. You had executive that was there. Okay. And maybe even not executive. Executive only been there for 16 years. So it was another little tiny shop there that the guy just had his own cigars, and he was he was a government contractor, and in the back he was doing all this contracting work in the back. And he came in the shop, he came out, he was, he only sold his stuff. But that was about the extent of what downtown was. It's completely different now. I mean, it's I'm not going to say it's Clematis Street yet, but it's its own kind of thing. They have festivals there. They close down the streets on Friday nights to have, bring in the band, and they bring in stuff. So they're doing that, which is cool.
All right. So Ray, the legacy stick question, I'll have an answer for you in like 3 weeks.
Listen, we're working on it, bro. We're working on it, man. Listen, if we can get a legacy brand, which we're in the process of working right now, and Joe will tell you the same thing, man. We're all about it. We kind of toyed with it for a while. We kind of like the model that we built from the get. But at the end of the day, things have changed, and the fire is hot right now. So we're talking about it. Myself and Joe have having conversations with Brian. We're in the process of working on something behind the scenes. We don't like to give away too much detail, but it's been talked about. Okay, it's definitely been talked about. But with that being said, excluding Jimmy, okay, we're gonna go around the room like we always do, okay, because we want Jimmy to get another stick. We want him to smoke it again. We wait for his review up on Stogie Press. We're not going to put him on the spot because this is his first time with us, and we appreciate him being here. So I'm going to start with Pasquale, work around the room like we always do. Give us your feedback and your score. So Pasquale, you can take the lead, my brother.
This was the second time I smoked it. Unbelievable cigar. Pepper straight through. You get that creaminess towards the end, that sweetness, like Jimmy was saying. I give it a good. We'll do Boston rating or regular rating.
Whatever you want.
I give it a 9.
9.
It's not 8.
Amateur score. If you're on Boston, but we'll take it.
I'll give it a 9.
Rev room.
Awesome.
Mike and Mark, go for it.
All right. I thought we were talking about cigars here for a minute. I was getting a little confused. We were talking 90s throwback and bars, and I don't know what was going on for a second. I don't, But overall, I mean, this is my second time, I think third time smoking the cigar. It's fantastic in my book. I said at the event, which was amazing, by the way. This particular time smoking it, we were a little warmer smoking it. I was mostly outside smoking it the first time. The richness and the oiliness of the Maduro wrapper is outstanding. And I didn't get that from this first cigar. Like I said, my fingers were yellow. They still have yellowing on it, which I haven't had in a long time, especially for a new cigar that hasn't been aged that long from my personal stash. But basically the same rum as everybody else. The sweetness towards the end just rounds out everything. It's a richness, a creaminess. I didn't get I got a toothy smoke from it, but I didn't get any bitterness from it. Like some people were pulling the peppery notes right off the start, like the first quarter inch. But other than that, it goes away. And the the retro hail is nice. It kind of brings everything together and gives you that rich creaminess for me anyway. And yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to go with an 8.9, and that's only because I know you guys got some better shit in the bag, and I can't go too high. So,
Mark,
I can. I'll start with a number. I mean, I'm right up there in the high 8s, around a 9. Compared to some of the other ones. I mean, with that Lancero we tried, that thing. I've only had so many Lanceros, and that was the first one that you did not have to relight. So this one also, You didn't have to relight it at all. You would think that it being so short for Perfecto that it would burn quick. And at the release event, that was a great turnout. I mean, people were in and out. Some of us had to stand, but it was fine because you're constantly talking to people. But there, I think it lasted me about 45 minutes, maybe a little bit more. Like Mike, I was in and out from outside to inside. When I jumped on with you, Ray, the Instagram live, that probably burned for about an hour and 10 minutes, that one. And the richiness, the creaminess right off the bat, that toothiness, like Mike was just saying, when it transitioned out of that, it mellowed out. You get that, I don't know if I would say that mushroomy, but I can understand where you're coming from with that. But towards the end, I mean, I just put it down that towards the end, the oilness was coming out, and it just smoothed out so nicely. I mean, literally, most of us had to put a perfect a pointer in there or a perfect draw and just hold it right down to the knob. I mean, Boston, Jimmy, you're still going at that thing, and it's like you don't want it to end. You just don't want this one to end. And like you guys said, when you guys tried this for the first time, however long ago, it was just a banger right off the bat. And that's where I'm at with that.
What's
your number?
Well, I said it at the beginning.
I'm going to go with a 8.9. I think it'll go up a little bit. I wish I got my stash in because I really want to light up another one, like right now. Perfect Vitola, great construction. That's for the last 4 days I've been just admiring the stick, admiring the construction. The oiliness off the wrapper, the scent off the wrapper really enticed me to smoke the cigar. Sometimes you get scents off wrappers where you're like, this one really, and I wanted to take another puff every time I took a puff. I like the smoke texture. I like the way it coats your tongue. I wish it wasn't windy so I could see the dragon clouds. I couldn't do that, but I really like the buttery, savory, slight salt, like almost a roasted flavor to it, and then when it transitioned and I got that, Joe said it best, umami. If I had to, rate, if I'm tasting food and I get that umami, it's that satisfying, savory note. Really enjoyed that. The cigar had a lot of umami for me. And I think it was definitely clown worthy for sure. I'm doing 8.9 probably because of my smoking conditions right now today. I was expecting a lot less wind. Burn was great. Even in the wind, I had a razor sharp burn. So I can't wait to smoke the thing again. And I hope I bought myself enough, because this is a cigar I want to, smoke once every so often, and just have that satisfying. It's a very satisfying, enticing cigar.
Danny?
Very good stick. From the start, that thing was oily from start to finish. No issues with the burn. Construction was fantastic. It never got soft one bit. It stayed nice and firm, and it'll really allowed you to take that stick really deep into that nub. Lots of beautiful transitions and flavors within that stick, that salt and pepperiness starting when you just start off right off the bat, really got your mouth watering. And then you hit into that just almost buttery steak coming in, and then that transition to that earthiness in that middle section that really kind of set the tone for the stick. And then you come into that sweetness towards the back end of that stick, really showed off the complexity of the stick on it. The aromatics were beautiful. on it, buttery, toasty, and then the transitions in the aromatics worked with the transitions in the stick, so you just didn't set forth with, it stayed like this, not very many transactions with that. The retro was really nice, heavy up front, and then in the middle it died down, and then at the end it didn't really pick up, but it kind of went more into the middle between where it was from the front and middle section on it. I like the stick overall. It was a really good stick, and on my rating scale, I'd throw a 4.75 out of 5 on it. It's a good stick, definitely clown worthy stick, and it was good.
It's good to smoke a cigar that's not cedar forward.
When a lot of the guys were asking me what should they pair this cigar with tonight, I told them, have a steak dinner before you have this cigar. This cigar is perfect after a steak. It just
right.
And it's just, I guess it's the notes you guys are all hating on. Just for me, I when we were testing them, I had one after a nice meal, nice steak, and it was a perfect combination for me.
Well, what would you say the strength of this cigar was? I'm seeing it as a medium plus at best, medium.
Yeah,
it's not a high strength
medium.
cigar.
Correct. So I would put that there too, but I also felt as I got into the nub, that vitamin N kind of ramped up just a bit more than where it was from where you started.
Yeah, I find myself not having to move my bowels. See, that's right. You smoke the cigar and you say you're halfway through, you go, hold on, I gotta go. I gotta hit the head.
And this cigar kind of rounds out where we've been doing. We've been doing some heavy cigars, and now this is a nice medium cigar, kind of like the Paisa, and I would put it in the medium with the Paisa. That was a medium cigar, and the crinkles too. I mean, a lot of people think, you look at the crinkles and you think that's a toothy, heavy cigar, and when you smoke it, we called it the breakfast stick. It was just so good.
Yeah, the appearance of the cigar was deceiving to the strength of the body.
It's funny. So we got a review live from Bill Ragone, who was a big guy in the cigar industry. He's actually Murph's cousin, and he came out to the release event that we had at Cigar Fellas, and he stood up and he gave a review of the stick to everybody in the lounge that night. And he pretty much defined it, pretty accurately. So the reason why we named it Scaramouche is it's called the Little Skirmisher, Vitola, Perfecto, Figurado, kind of on the cusp of what we saved the Scaramouche for when we were picking the name for the Scaramouche for this stick. So I think it kind of defines what it actually means as far as what the meaning of Scaramouche is for the actual stick, which is actually a cool, thing to kind of compare it to if you really think about, the naming of the stick, which is actually a cool concept at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the name is the vitola, the shape of it, and the size of the figurado. Lately, with tobacco not coming out and everything like that, I've had these bigger figurados. It was nice to have this little, short perfecto, perfect stick.
And it's cool too, because if you really look at it, our catalog of the six that we've released, we haven't done a Figurado Perfecto, we haven't done a Lancero, so we haven't done a little shot, little short nub like type of shotgun type of stick. So 3 sticks that we have upcoming, including the Scaramouche, are all different type of sticks that we haven't really released before.
Yeah, and
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, and having a box press Lancero is just something to talk about. Those are pretty hard to pull off. Box press Lancero.
Box press Lanceros are hard to pull off. Period. Box press Lancero, solid.
This the Lancero
You got it,
coming
Jimmy,
out.
huh? You got the yellow?
Yep. Yep.
The Lancero coming out, is it when you guys tried it, however long ago, was it automatically a yes, or did you have to revisit it?
I can honestly say when we got the Lanceros, this one, when we smoked it, I think it was a go from the beginning. I mean, just right off the bat, and you know, what do you
It
guys
was
think? You guys smoked
it was 150% a go.
Yeah,
150% a go.
and we've been looking for a Lancero from the beginning because we all love Lanceros.
So I agree with everybody basically described here. I'll just make it real simple. It's finger licking good.
But what Mark did hit on, Mark did hit on that the taste kind of lingers. Did Mark or Frank hit on it? The taste of the cigar lingers in your mouth for a while afterwards, which is really
Yes.
I didn't get as
not
much
bad.
of the lingering. A little bit. It's
No?
not overpowering, the linger.
Not overpowering.
No, not
And at
overpowering.
the end here, it's more of just a little bit of that spice that's laying in the palate.
It's a light. It's like very faint, but
Yeah.
it's there, and it
There.
like I'll say like it's kind of comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
Lips
it's
are
not.
tingling a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You catch yourself like it's like you got a jawbreaker in your mouth. You're just constantly moving around. It's definitely different, and it's a good different.
I appreciate that's what we're going for. We're trying to open people's palates, and we're trying to take this journey together.
I mean, like
different
some of
flavors,
you know,
different cigars.
some of you know, I'm not. I've only been getting really into like the details and everything over the past year. I could honestly say since the Paisa came out, when I first jumped in, and buying them and finding out, Mike here introduced me to it. He said, you got to get them. So, okay. And since then, and you're only talking since last, March, April, something like that, when the Paisa come out.
Yep.
My whole taste and my palate has changed, and like from the start of it, it's like my palate is growing along with every stick that you guys come out with, and it's opening my range of what I'm trying, new stuff. Oh, you got to try this. Okay, I'll try it, and then I go to like it, and then that would open up even more for me. So, you know, like you say, you got well-seasoned guys here smoking. You got the owner, the reviewers, and the people that are just coming up, which I'll consider myself in there, and it's been great so far.
Mark, do you subscribe to Boston Jimmy's Stogie Press? Because if you want to become a cigar junkie, you subscribe to his Stogie Press, because I'm constantly buying boxes of cigars that he's giving high ratings to. I really.
You go broke watching Boston Jimmy. You'll go broke. You will.
I'm almost broke now. I mean, I just spent a bunch on them.
3 clown releases in a month. How the fuck we gonna afford this shit?
I said it earlier, man. I said it earlier, like Boston Jimmy, man. He's one of the reasons why we got recognized by Brian and Pravada, man. Me and Nicky got on that show when we were underground, like very underground, before we even came to the mainstream. So, you know, big shout out to Jimmy, man, because he put us on the show. He heard about us. He reached out to Nick. He's like, I want to get you guys on the show. I like what you guys are doing. And, you know, and here we are, you know, going through the catalog. And he reviewed a bunch of our sticks, you know, before we were in the mainstream. He gave us that opportunity to sit down with him and gave us a chance to kind of show us what we're doing, you know, being a young, you know, boutique brand coming out of New York. And we weren't fucking anybody at that point. And, you know, listen, tip the hat to Jimmy, man. Like I say it all the time, and Jimmy knows this. We've had conversations off air, on phone calls, in person. You know what I mean? Like it's you know, pay homage to Jimmy, because, you know, at the end of the day, man, like he recognized what we were doing before we were even mainstream at the end of the day. And, you know, like I said, it's a big boost for us at the end of the day to be able to sit here and have him come on with us and hang out with us and kind of enjoy the experience of what we're doing behind the scenes of what we do on a consistent basis. It's again, homage to Jim, because at the end of the day, man, he recognized what we were doing, way before this. And this is cigar royalty sitting in here at the end of the day, man. Like I'm not even gonna fucking sit here in front. Like that's legitimate. Like he is top billing in the industry, man, and people respect his palate. And if you look at his reviews, and he constantly puts reviews up on our page, and we all like and we go look. And like Joe said, Joe goes out and buys sticks from just by Jimmy's reviews because we respect his palate so much, man. And again, it pays homage to what Jimmy's doing. Jimmy's a New York guy. I mean, I know he wears the Boston hat bullshit, whatever and all that. He's a New Yorker at the end of the day. Me and him have talked baseball on plenty of occasions and stuff like that. But I mean, if you look at where we started to where we're at now, a lot of that's got to do with to Jimmy, man. And like I said, I tip my hat to Jimmy, man, because he gave us a chance to get on the show, and we were fucking nobodies at the end of the day. We were just starting out. So again, all respects to Jimmy. We appreciate him wanting to come on and share this experience with us and give us his thoughts and whatnot. And and it kind of pays homage to what guys like Danny and Joe are doing with Evil Empire with their reviews, man. They're following in the footsteps of an OG in the industry at the end of the day, man. Like I could almost foresee, like after this whole thing, get a guy like Dan on his show, and you got an OG and a guy who's just starting out, and Danny's palate is refined, and we all know that, man. We don't pay Danny to advertise for us. Danny just started up like, Danny and Joe kind of started where we started in the beginning, and we're kind of all growing up together. Same thing with Dez and Cigar Cabin. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, guys. It's all about the industry. It's all about the love of the leaf at the end of the day, guys. That's what it's about, man. That's what we're here for. There's camaraderie here, and we all come from all different walks of life and different backgrounds and all that other shit. But, guys like Jimmy is shaping the industry and what he's doing. And you got guys like Dan who's starting out and moving his way up through the rankings and with his refined palate as far as, tasting cigars, man. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, man. This is what it's all about. This is all the love. We want to bring people in, and we're trying to do something different in the industry and show people what we're doing on a consistent basis and how we're tasting cigars and how we're bringing people into experience what we do on a Tuesday when we're trying to pick our sticks, man. It just pays homage to what the industry is all about at the end of the day.
I got to say that, for my cigar journey, which has really accelerated in the last 2 years and becoming more from a casual smoker into, the fanatic that I am now and trying to understand the industry and how, things work and everything like that. But for the last year, I've been, I've got Stogie Fresh on the homepage on my phone. And whenever Dan puts a review, whenever Dan puts
reviews, man.
Yeah, whenever Dan puts a post out there, I immediately go to his YouTube channel. If I've smoked the stick before, I see if I can compare. And both Jimmy and Dan have really evolved my palate and my appreciation for the leaf. And this whole journey with you guys is a huge honor for me. I enjoy every step of the way. I'm a huge fan, and I get to be part of this. It's a huge honor for me. I will say that.
Going back to what I was saying,
appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity.
Oh yeah. I mean, for me being, like I said before, so early on, I mean, I can call myself like a rookie at this, but to be in and hear so many different people talk and what they're saying, like I'm trying to download that, and this way every time I smoke something I could pick out something different. And being so young and in this and coming up, I'm just glad to be able to have recently met so many of you and just to take in as much knowledge as I possibly can in a short amount of time. And it's I'm grateful to be able to have found you guys and just be a part of this, and being asked like you want to come in on the taste test. I know you guys talked about it for so long, and I think it's finally taken off. I mean, more every week we do this, more and more people are tuning in and watching this. And now that Ray just figured out how we could stream it directly on the Facebook, and everybody's getting notification, boom, we're on live. So I think more and more you do that, you're going to get more people to watch it, and you repost it on the YouTube channel. I'm glad that finally worked. That that came through that you were able to post it on the YouTube. I know you were a little worried on the timing on that, but it worked out just great. And like I said, I'm glad to be a part of this for sure.
Yeah, I think
I
we
just
added
want-
25 more members to the Facebook group just today, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
And
And I'll
and
tell
the,
you-
and the YouTube, you got like what 6 more followers just from last night
Yeah,
alone.
we're at 51, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta tell you-
and I'll tell you that with this panel, which was absolutely amazing, that we all kind of got very similar notes, described it very similarly. That's a testament either to your palate or it's a testament directly to that cigar, because that cigar is not hiding anything. Okay, that cigar delivered equally across a group of people that were like, wow, that's what they were getting. We all got the same thing. And that's what you want in a cigar,
Yep.
being able to say that these notes are real. For those that don't believe in notes, you got to practice more. You go in your spice cabinet, smell your spices, taste your spices, understand, grab one of these flavor wheels, right? And just scan over it sometimes and go like, yeah, you got salt, you got sweet, you got sour. We know those, but then did you get neutral salt, rough salt, astringent salt? I mean, there's different levels of it. And
Where'd you get that wheel, Jimmy?
this
That's
particular
interesting.
one came from Tobacco Trading Company, one of my sponsors,
Okay.
from their Continental Cigar Lounge, a cigar club out in California. But you could find these. You could search flavor wheels on YouTube, on Facebook,
Yeah,
Google, whatever. There's all different kinds, but they're pretty much broken down the same way. There's some, variations, but this one I like a lot because one side goes through plants, herbs, earths and minerals, fruits, nuts, other flavors, flour, and non-flavor. And then it further breaks each of those down into other categories in nuts, almonds, and cashew, and so on and so forth. But when you flip it over, the other side goes tastes and aromas. And that's something that you want to try to definitely discriminate when you smoke, because they
and most
can be-
most amateur smokers don't know the difference between the taste and the aroma.
Yeah.
And they don't retrohale to tie that together.
Right. Because your taste, like on this flavor wheel, it's going to tell you that the taste are bitter, salt, sweet, and sour. That's this. All right. And that just breaks down into things like sour, winey, acidic, mellow, bland, sharp, harsh, or pungent. And then further breaks down things like creosol on a pungent side, tart on a winey side. And then on the aromas are enzymatic, sugar browning, dry distillation. And like sugar browning, if you could take it all the way down to the bottom, it's going to tell you it's like chocolate or syrup or candy. That's what you're smelling. You're not really necessarily tasting chocolate.
You can't taste. Yeah.
You're kind of smelling that aroma off the tobacco leaf. But great, everybody should have one of these. If you're gonna,
Where did you get that?
I got this from a friend of mine, but you can search on Google on cigar flavor wheels, and there's different variations of these. I can actually take a photo of this on both sides and send it to you guys. And
That would be great.
You'll have it, because
if you could post that right in the Facebook
in the
group.
Clowns group, I'll just
That'd be-
post a couple of pictures of that.
Yeah, because like I said, for me being so young in there, I think that would be pretty beneficial for me alone, just to constantly look over that, and after I try something or beforehand, or have it on handy.
Yeah, and it's good. And then, and even take that wheel and go find things that are on that wheel in your cabinets,
Yeah.
in your kitchen.
Yeah. That's the only way you can correlate.
Like smell and
if
maybe taste, and then a little while later try a new stick out.
Right.
Yeah, like that $350 box thing that Joe got.
One of the notes I get when it gets to fruity stuff, there's a fine line between like raisin currant, and cherry. Right?
Yeah.
So the raisin, you kind of know, but currant, there you go.
I just
Same
found
thing.
that one on Google.
That's one side. Yeah, that's right. So you can find them anywhere.
Okay.
And like, like currant and cherry can be really close, but if you actually eat a currant or a handful of currants,
Okay.
your palate will never forget the difference. So try those things and taste them, and then you'll know.
Okay.
For me, when I started smoking, it was just smoke a cigar, not getting taste from it, whatever. I would never really sit there and enjoy the taste of it. Coming on with the clowns and doing these taste tests, now I'm sitting there and I'm smoking a cigar and you start picking up notes and flavors and what you were just saying, Jimmy, about all the different types of aromas and stuff. I never did that before until I started doing this taste test Tuesday. Now I'm sitting there and I'm trying to understand the kind of flavors you're getting, spices, different things like that. So now I'm enjoying this one more than I was before.
Yep.
So I'm enjoying this. Is phenomenal. I'm so happy I'm a part of this, and thank the clowns enough for this.
And when you run into that person in a lounge, and there's always that person that will tell you that they just get smoke. And I remember a couple of years ago, I was up at Don Kiki's in Daytona Beach. And there's this old guy, and I'm an old guy, he's older than me. And he says, yeah, I follow your stuff, Jimmy. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. And he goes, but I don't get anything. I don't get, he gives me the old, I just get smoke. And I said, well, hold on a second. And there was about 5 of us there, 5 or 6 of us. And I go over to the shelves, and I pick up 6 cigars, all the same. And I hand them out to everybody. And I said, okay, we're going to do an experiment. And I said, before you do anything, I say, I want you to smell a cigar, smell a foot. And we went around a circle like here and said, what are you smelling? And and the old guys, I go, oh, well, I smell, chocolate. I said, okay, there you go. So now you got your first lesson. Now cut the cigar and don't light it right away. I said, you got to date this cigar, right? You're taking this beautiful thing out on a date. Go cold draw on that and start telling me what you're tasting. And he started coming up with notes, right? He's tasting. I said, now let's light it. And as we went through that process, after the hour and a half was done, he's tasting notes. He's smelling aromas. He's distinguishing things. Not refined, but he's definitely picking things up. And at the end, he goes, that was the most amazing experience I've ever had in a lounge. Because they don't, even not, and let's be real, a lot of people just sit back, smoke a cigar, they're not thinking about it, right? Yeah, having conversation, I always tell people, sometimes I just like to sit down, take a day off smoking pressure, sit down in my lounge, put on a ball game or something, and just sit back and smoke a cigar. Just not have to think about it, because it is a process. The brain has to start factoring in.
Your brain gets blown out. That's why occasionally I just enjoy just grabbing a basic stick where I don't have to think, and I can just sit back and just smoke
and just relax.
Yes,
right.
And just relax.
It's made to relax, right? That's the whole concept of a cigar, to sit down and relax.
This is work, it's work, and sometimes I have that hard time just I'm not filming anything. I'm not on somebody's show. I'm just sitting here. I got the TV on and my brain is running. I'm like, stop, just shut off and just enjoy the cigar without having to put any thought into it. That's the hardest thing about this that I have found.
The harder thing is going into my humidors and going, okay, what am I smoked all of this, but this I haven't smoked, but I can't smoke it because if I smoke it, I have to review it because it's maybe the other one I had. So I can't smoke that tonight. Then I look at the other ones and go, well, that one was okay. This one, And then hopefully I have some, I always like new stuff just because I just want to know what it has. And I like the, if I have like multiple samples or something, I'm going to smoke this one just to experience it in a relaxed, non-review mode. Just let my brain just filter and enjoy, and then.
But on the live that I did with you, Danny, on Thursday, if you noticed, I was, trying to force the conversation to newer smokers, and
we talked about
it. I got so many DMs afterwards saying, "Hey, that really helped a lot." And the big part of it was, don't just light the cigar. Go through your process. Smell do a cold draw, smell the wrapper, smell the foot, get your senses going. Get your mind into the cigar, right? And that's why I pair it with ginger ale. If I smoke a cigar for the first time, I've never smoked it before. It's ginger ale, so I can get my palate cleansed.
Ginger beer. Ginger beer
every
time.
Now, if I want,
see, Jim, I'm on Jimmy's page. That water,
pure water,
pure water. Yeah.
If I'm gonna smoke a cigar and watch a game or a Formula One race, or just relax, right? I'm gonna smoke something I've smoked before, and I know what I'm gonna get from it, and then I can just,
Yep.
Yeah. That's
and
what
if you
I
want to
from...
do something even more interesting, if you're smoking more than one cigar in a moment, right? So you went through the first half of a football game with a cigar, and then you pick up another one. Take an unsalted saltine cracker. Okay, I know it's an oxymoron, but if they had an unsalted saltine cracker, let it dissolve in your mouth like a host. Just let it dissolve. Don't chew it. Just let it dissolve, and then swallow. And take good filtered water, swish it around, swallow. The baking soda that's in the cracker will reset your palate to a standard pH of 7. Your palate now is set. It's the best way to cleanse the palate.
Oh my God!
I learned that tomorrow.
I have a whole box.
I learned that from you watching your show a long time ago with the water. And when I film those 2 or 3 shows a day that I get out there, that's the process I go through. So I'm giving a clean palate for the filming. So I'm not giving you something muddled.
Yeah,
and I also make sure I had something. Your energy drink is a prop. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't drink it. I don't do the energy drink when I'm filming. It's straight water.
You do straight water or seltzer.
It's straight water. That's it.
And then I always eat something like 2 hours or so before, right? Yeah. Because I have to judge strength. Right? I can't properly judge strength unless I had something in my stomach to say, okay, am I feeling that strength or not? Because if you're smoking on an empty stomach,
forget about it.
That medium might become full on you. All right.
Yeah.
And your environment matters too. Like you guys are saying, you have different environments. My environment here, this is my cigar lounge in my garage. I've got a smoke eater right behind me. I got a split unit. Split AC unit here. So my lounge, when it's not cool out like it is now, it's 76 degrees here in the middle of summer. All right. Because there's nothing worse. There's 2 things bad smoking cigars. In the cold weather,
the heat,
they just don't.
And in the heat. Yeah.
And the hot, humid weather, because that leaf just sucks in that humidity and burns like shit. Okay, so have a good environment to smoke in. That's why lounges are always good to smoke in, right?
Yeah, Lanceros, I don't smoke outside.
No, burn like a cigarette.
In Florida, I don't smoke Lanceros outside Florida.
You can't.
I have to tell you, I learned something new today, and that's what I love about the Taste Test Tuesday, man. I did not know that saltine trick.
Yep.
And that you and 505 are using that. I mean, this is unbelievable. He learned it from you, and this is what it's about for the people watching right now. Like these are, it's amazing to hear these tricks. I mean, and I'm a smoker, so I'm gonna have saltines at the go ready because I smoke 5 cigars a
Unsalted,
day.
though.
Unsalted.
Unsalted, though, Joe.
Unsalted saltines. Yeah.
Yeah, like you
Unsalted
said that,
saltines. I'm going to the store
definitely
tomorrow
gonna-
morning.
I'm definitely gonna jump in and definitely try that. Like if I smoke something at work and then I get a couple hours, if I know I'm going out to a lounge to meet up with Pat or Frank or later in the day, I'm definitely gonna try that now. That's for sure. Especially if we're going to like an event where there's something new coming out. I know this Wednesday something's happening at Main Street in Woodbridge, New Jersey. I might be going to that. So I'll either not smoke something during the day and maybe have a couple of them crackers. I'm definitely adding that to my shopping list. That's for sure. Like I said,
No,
me and
thank you,
Dean-
Nabisco. Nabisco, you should advertise with me.
Advertising with Boston Jimmy.
That's
we
right.
We are happy supporters of the Boston Jimmy and the Stogie Press Show. 100%.
Jimmy, you need
Nabisco definitely widening their clientele there.
Yeah, well, everybody else has whiskey and beers and shit. I'll have like Nabisco sponsored.
and I
Today's
took-
King
and
of
I
the
got-
Dub
that
Show
was-
is brought to you by Nabisco.
And that's where I got made fun of in Vegas at TPE because I had my baggie of unsalted crackers and water walking around, and every time before I sat down to do an interview with somebody and everybody's giving me smokes, I'm cleansing out my palate because I'm there. I want to make sure that I'm representing the brands that I'm talking to properly. And I took a lot of flack from a lot of other people, not from the manufacturers, but from regular everyday people who were there. I'm just like, hey man, you know what? I'm gonna make sure I'm giving an honest assessment because they're gonna ask me what I think of the stick after the interview, and I want to make sure I'm giving them a proper because that's all. Jimmy knows it's a whole day of just smoking all day long.
10 o'clock in the morning to 5 in the afternoon, and then after hours.
Afterwards, yeah.
Hey, Danny, it reminds me, we talked about that Sancter from Sued.
Which
right?
one?
We talked about that Sancter. It's French, Sanctere, whatever. The red light from Sued. The consultant that he uses, this guy Claudio Scroy, right? So I shot him a DM. I'm talking to him to see if I can get him on your show while we smoke that Sancter from Sued, because that's a pretty interesting stick for tobacco from 5 different countries and all that stuff. So that'll be a good show for you.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I have it. I haven't smoked it yet, and I'm it's one of those. It's in the queue. I just don't know when.
Dude, awesome! I can't wait for you to smoke that stick. Awesome, crazy stick. Very well, and that consultant that did the blend for that, is a guy named Claudio Scroy.
I told you I'll smoke it with you, man. You just let me know when, and I will.
Can't wait.
I will.
And
I will light it up.
I got to run, but guys, thanks
Hey,
again.
man, we're gonna shut this down. We're
Thank
hitting
you.
the 2 hour mark. Listen, thank you to everyone who joined us. Thank you for Jimmy for coming on with us for the first time. We got 2 more consecutive Tuesdays in a row. We're looking forward to it. We're happy that you enjoyed the Scaramouche. We're looking for the full review. We're looking forward to the full review from Boston Jimmy coming up. And listen, this is what we do, man. Live on YouTube tonight. It'll be up there. Thank you for everybody who's continuing to join us. The newbie who's Boston Jimmy who's joined us for tonight. And listen, it's a humbling experience for us, and we love to have you guys on.
Great group of people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome show.
Thank you guys.
Thanks,
We
guys.
really appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Thank you
Take care,
guys
guys.
very
Yeah,
much.